So I just beat Slitterhead, and you're probably watching this video wondering just what the heck this game is. Well, it's an action beat 'em up. Yeah, you wouldn't really think so based on the screenshots and the marketing. There are some levels where you gotta sneak around or find some enemies hidden in plain sight, but no matter what, it'll always end in a fight. So how is the combat? Well, it's good. Not great, not bad, just good. There's a big emphasis on deflecting enemy attacks, but I actually don't have any footage of me deflecting attacks because I never bothered with the mechanic. But I'd say that the main strength of the game is that you've got multiple characters to choose from, which all have their own unique attacks. And where this game gets really weird is the main mechanic of possession. You see, your hero characters will be the ones that have unique special abilities, but at any point you can possess random NPCs and use lesser abilities. There's a really nice ebb and flow to the combat as you're hopping around possessing bodies trying to get hits in. And as you play through the game, you'll also level up. Or rather, you'll earn skill tokens that you can spend on your characters. Now, I did want to mention how people are saying this game looks really ugly. Personally, I think the character models are not looking too great, but the environment, man, I really like the way that it looks. It's very stylish, even though you're gonna be spending most of your time in alleyways. But problems start to creep in with how bloated this game feels. You see, there's a very limited amount of enemy variety, which definitely hurts the game. But there's also a very limited amount of level variety, because throughout the story, you'll be revisiting the same maps just at a different starting location, with enemy placements being different as well. All of this was okay, it didn't bother me too much, because usually you'll have an alternate path that might open up, but problems started to set in when I defeated my first boss, and then the next level, I just fought the same boss. No joke, there is only one boss type throughout this whole game. And the only difference is that some of the ones later on in the story will have a couple extra abilities, but that's it. And so you can guess for yourselves that Slitterhead becomes very, very repetitive very quickly. It is a good thing that the combat is so fun, so that kept me interested for a good while. But I think around the 6-hour mark, I swapped the game to easy mode because enemies were getting way too spongy, way too fast. And even on easy mode, the final bosses were insanely hard. There's this weird difficulty spike at the end of the game where enemies just have an inflated health bar and deal way too much damage. It was very unfortunate because the last 25% of this game felt like a slog, and it completely soured the whole experience for me. While the story itself was interesting and had a really cool payoff, comparing that payoff to the suffering that I had to go through to get to it, it wasn't worth it. So what exactly is a Slitterhead? And why do you keep repeating the same levels over and over? Well, because for whatever reason, your character, your spirit, the protagonist, let's call it, can basically travel through time. And the Slitterheads are kind of connected to that. I won't say any more than that because I do think that the story is interesting enough to discover on your own, despite the fact that I'm not going to recommend that you play this. Yeah, it's a cool excuse to end up having the story be related to time travel, and that's why you're replaying all of these levels and fighting the same enemies. But objectively, the pacing is what kills Slitterhead. There's a decent amount of mission variety early on, but about halfway through the game, they just kind of get rid of all of that in favor of just combat. And this gets obnoxious as hell. You literally will get a little bit of dialogue, chase after someone, they summon a bunch of minions that you have to fight, and repeat the process. Now imagine doing that for 4 hours. It breaks my heart because I feel like this game could have been a hidden gem. It's got a lot of unique ideas going for it. And even if I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, at the very least, I can say that this game is unique. I'm also not saying that this game is bad. It was actually pretty good. It's just that this game really tried my patience. Take that as you will, get the game if you want. I'm just giving you a warning that this game starts out fun and turns into a chore. Oh yeah, one last thing, I can't believe I'm pointing this out, but when you get to the second mission, there's actual nudity in a sex scene, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because it's the only time that the game ever does that, so I don't even know why it's here. Then again, maybe that'll sell you on the game, I don't know.